What's good, everyone? I'm here today on March 11th, 2026, back with another video. No trades, once again. Same balance, no P&L. And price action today wasn't bad. It just didn't favor like my entry model. Wasn't able to get a trade in using my entry model. And that happens. It's all good. I'm gonna quickly get into bias. So today was CPI day. So price action, it was expected that price action would be better because especially with two no news days before, those days usually accumulate, and then CPI manipulates and distributes. But for some reason this week decided to distribute on Monday, Tuesday, and then just chop on CPI day. Like, we're still stuck in this range, as you can see here. But getting to bias, obviously still bullish. We left the previous week high still. The previous day high is an equal high with this high over here. Just the thing that I didn't like is that we still did not rebalance the range overnight. Yesterday, I wanted to see us rebalance this 4-hour gap and get longs from it, and we didn't do that. And now overnight, we stayed in the same spot. Still no manipulation lower. And I guess that's probably why we didn't just shoot through all these highs and instead took out the Asia high and are going back down. Now, regardless of it, yes, I wanted to see that pullback overnight, but I was still fine with taking long just because I was very bullish. But we got no entries. And at market open, we just started shooting up and displaced through the data high, the CPI data high. By the way, I'm glad I didn't full port any accounts, any evals on this, because I would have got fucked. It wicked. CPI rarely wicks, but when it does, it fucks you. And I'm glad I didn't do it. I would have been pretty pissed. So right at market open, we shot up and we shot through the data high, showing that, all right, we're not going to reverse here. We want to go to the next draw if we want to even consider reversing, because we filled no orders here, displaced through it. And then we made that relative equal high with the Asia high. So in my mind, I was like, all right, we want to rebalance this and get along. So here, ES was the weaker pair. It started coming down. It hit, both of them hit this 15-minute. ES hit all the way to this discounted 5-minute over here. And over here, I wanted longs. However, this leg, just like there was no structure in this leg. We didn't really sweep any liquidity, other than maybe if you want to count this with the SMT as a sweep. Like, preferably it would have been something like this. Like, we had this, which is like the accumulation, and then manipulate lower, building up some structure. And then like that. Our sweep of liquidity being like this, maybe having that structure, but instead this is just like one big leg. Yeah, it's just one big leg, no sweep of liquidity, nothing like that. And I was still like all right with taking it. However, my model requires me to take the highest time frame inversion within the leg, and since this is all one leg, I need to use this whole leg. The highest time frame inversion being this 4-minute gap. Why is my magnet? Being this 4-minute gap. Now, just looking at the close, like, I'm not going to enter, like, I'm not going to enter this 0.3 RR. I'm not doing that. The limit order wouldn't have gotten hit. Would it even have been good RR if I tried to limit order it? No. Even if I wanted to, I could not have taken this. Was there like some early entry opportunity? Yeah, maybe I could have taken this 1 minute and then just went break even at this 4-minute. But I prefer to wait for the highest time frame one, just follow my rules to a T. And then once I'm proved myself completely following all my rules, then I can start working in some discretion. So for now, I'm trying to fully follow all my rules. And regardless, it would have just hit this gap and then break even me. Because on these early entries, you need to go break even earlier, because that's what it is. It's an early entry. And then we shot up, went to the Asia high, It would have been nice here if we just rejected this, then resweeped and got an inversion, and then I would have got an entry, but we didn't do that. That's all good. And at this point, I didn't really want to long anymore to previous day high because we did reject the Asia high. We're still stuck in this like choppy range. And just there was nothing clear here. Maybe if we had an internal target here, generated liquidity showing that we want to go back up, it would be nice. Like here wasn't really a terrible long, this 2 minute. However, right away, the this 5 minute intermediate high got taken on ES. Therefore, wouldn't even have been able to enter because it would have just been instantly break even, and there was no internal targets. So just nothing clear today. The price action was good, just not for the way that I trade, and that's fine. But yeah, gonna come back tomorrow. I'm always looking for obvious setups, only looking for obvious setups. Stuff that like jumps out of the screen at me. Therefore, I don't even have to think about it. I don't have to think, oh, is it good? Is it bad? No, I just know because it's obvious. And today had nothing like that other than this, except just was no entry for it. And that's all good. And I'll be back with a video tomorrow.